Ladies and gentlemen, clear the dance floor, freshen your glass, find the best seat in the house. The Modifieds are ready to dance. Brandon Grasso way sideways in turn number 1. The field will miss him, and we will get underway. 4,400 to win the 44 lap. Doug Hoffman Memorial into 3 and 4. Davey Sammons will lead lap number 1.
60 over special 2019 Doug Hoffman Memorial is officially underway, and Davey Sammons will be your early leader. Hot and heavy into the turn. Papiez on the outside battling Van Doren. We got a tangle.
Davey Sammons, Matt Stengel, we're back underway.
Over special, back to green into the turn. Sammons got the lead. Hot and heavy. Dwayne Howard rim riding on the outside.
Mikey Franz up in the fence in 1 and 2. He'll lose ground, but up front, Sammons will jump back out to the lead. Billy Pouch and Jimmy Horton continue to march. They're up to 4th and 5th.
Here comes the field off the corner. Stangle 2. Beamer battling Pouch 3, 4. Then Horton, Lallbach, Maresca, Papiez, and Dwayne Howard. Down the straightaway. Here comes Pouch moving in on Stangle. Behind him, Horton battling with Beamer. Then we've got Maresca battling into the turn with Papiez, Howard, and Van Doren.
4-car duel right there. Billy Pouch up to 2nd, and here comes Jimmy Horton. Horton will slip underneath Tommy Beamer. Jimmy Horton knows Billy Pouch is fast. He doesn't want to let him get too far away.
Here comes Sammons leading. He's got a fairly comfortable lead already. Pouch running in the number 2 spot. Meanwhile, Van Doren slides by Howard and Papiez. Then we've got March next in line, and here comes flying Ryan Watt.
Watt almost split the middle of Papiez and March. March slipped up. Watt will go underneath of him. Papiez around the outside. Meanwhile, another guy on the march. Rick Scooby Lallbach's up to 5th. Lallbach climbing through the field.
Here they come off the corner. Pouch outside of Sammons, side by side, battle into the turn, and Billy the Kid will grab the lead from Davey Sammons. Horton is not far behind at 3rd.
Lallbach using the power from the big block on the outside, but Howard will close in side by side for that 4th spot into turns 3 and 4.
Here comes Howard. He's drifting by Lallbach. 3-car battle now with Lallbach. Maresca is right there to the inside battling Papiez.
Jimmy Horton pushed up in 3 and 4. He lost a little bit of ground. Howard had a run on him, but couldn't quite finish it off. Lallbach, Horton, and Howard all under a blanket off the corner.
Down the back straightaway now. Howard, after getting by Lallbach, moving in on Horton, who's moving in on Sammons. Further back, Van Doren, Papiez, and Maresca with a 3-car duel.
All this great racing going on. Dwayne Howard slips by Jimmy Horton for 3rd, but up front, Billy Pouch is walking away. Billy Pouch has officially caught the tail end of the field. His lead 6 seconds over 2nd place Davey Sammons. We'll see how lap traffic plays a factor.
Ken Golden Jr., your head starter here at Bridgeport Speedway, ready with a cross flag. The Spirit Auto Center Big Block Modified halfway home. Now Van Doren moving in on Rick Lallbach. After Lallbach lost the spot to Maresca, Van Doren inside of Scooby in turn 2.
Lallbach tried to dime in the corner, but when he went high, Van Doren slipped underneath of him, got a run, and CBD will take the 6th spot away. So Van Doren, he started this one in 9th, he's up to 6th. Now going to try and go back to work on Mike Maresca for a top 5.
Pouch continuing to work his way in traffic down the back. Not heavy traffic, but nonetheless he's working his way through traffic. Meanwhile, Sammons and Howard still 2-3, and Van Doren now in turn 2 will slip by Maresca.
Van Doren's another one. Again, in the late stages, he's able to make the bottom work, able to make the top work, doing whatever he wants. Now Jimmy Horton next on the list for the 14S. Van Doren is quicker than Horton, and he's going to close in here through 1 and 2. Yellow flag, Rick Lallbach. Lallbach was running up in the top 10, and the yellow flag will come out. 35 down, 44 to go. 9 remaining, we're underway.
9 laps to go. Back to green into the corner, and Pouch again maintains the lead. Look out, we got trouble in turn 2. Yellow lights now, red lights are on. We got a flare up. Back to green into the turn. Pouch cleanly gets away. We're back under A.
Davey Salmons got bottled up there on the outside. Dwayne Howard had gotten underneath of him, but Salmons on the outside will get in the second. 2 lap cars again between himself and Billy Pouch. 8 to go, this time by Pouch leading the way.
Here comes Jimmy Horton now challenging Dwayne Howard. The big block's got the power off their corner. Horton sliding by Howard.
Jeff, you said it, the big blocks are coming to life. Jimmy Horton slips into third, and here comes Billy Jr. Billy Jr. out of nowhere off the top rope to 6th and trying to get to Howard and Von Doren.
And Von Doren now battling side by side now into the turn. He's trying to gain a spot on Howard. He'll do so. Here comes Horton. He's up to third.
Jimmy Horton going to work in the late going to this one. Meanwhile, Craig Von Doren got by Dwayne Howard. Now going to try and get back to Jimmy Horton. There's a lap car between the two of them, but keep an eye on Billy Jr. now. Billy Jr. all over Dwayne Howard for 5th.
This time by 42. 2 to go. 2 to go.
2 to go for Billy Pouch. 2017 was winless. 2018 was fantastic. And he's looking to kick off 2019 down the backstretch. A lap and a half to go, and Craig Von Doren is all over Jimmy Horton for 3rd.
Down the back straightaway now. Pouch has the lead. Salmon's a beautiful race, looking for his career best finish here. 1 lap to go in the 60 over special. Billy Pouch with a big lead over Salmons as he works down the backstretch.
Billy Pouch Sr., 3rd on the all-time wins list. 1 spot behind Doug Hoffman in the 60 over special. Doug Hoffman Memorial. The $4,400 payday will fall. Billy Pouch Sr. gets win number 63 here at Bridgeport Speedway.
It was really questionable. I think the track was really racy, but I felt I needed to be on the bottom. I could go to the top. That's how I passed Danny there, and he was pretty good. I'm watching the scoreboard, and Danny, I kept seeing Danny there. I said, well, I know I was faster than him, so I should be all right.
Kenny Golden's got the double green flag, and we are off and running.
60 over special. Look out, we got trouble on the front straightaway. And 60 over special for the Sportsman will quickly go yellow. Scott Humes in trouble on the front stretch. Davis winning the track championship here in the 2016 season. Here they come. Doug Hoffman Memorial 60 over special 20 lap Sportsman feature underway.
Steve Davis will grab the early lead. Steve Kemery marching up the bottom side. Kemery alongside Jim Gallagher Jr. He's been fast. He had a little mishap at Georgetown to open the season, but he's got that thing hooked up. Was quickest in practice last week.
Steve Kemery, the Poker Series champion last year in the Sportsman, 2-time Poker Series champion in the 2nd spot down the back after getting by Gallagher. Here comes a 3-wide battle for 4th.
Sammy March Jr. right in the middle of that. Travis Hill there as well. And I believe that's Wayne Weaver. Yeah, Weaver on the outside, but March Jr. will slip by them both. He started 6th. Sammy March Jr.'s up to 4th. Kemery to the outside, trying to make a move, but Davis again will shut the door.
Kemery glancing off the outside rail. Gallagher closing quickly. March now battling into the turn with Travis Hill.
Travis Hill trying to close in on March, top 3 ever so slightly peeking away from Sammy March Jr. Kemery was putting pressure on Davis. Kemery ran out of real estate and now going to try and run him back down. Steve Davis and Steve Kemery going at it, a couple of Steves, but Davis will continue to hold him off. Look at Travis Hill. Hill marching down the backstretch. He'll slip by Sammy March for 4th.
Hill and March battling it out. Travis Hill out of the corner, former track champion in Sportsman racing here. Down the front, Weaver goes by March, then Whitmoyer, and here comes Corman.
Kemery all over Steve Davis. Kemery's a little bit quicker, but he's got to find enough to get by him. Look at Eric Corman, meanwhile. Corman on the top side. He's alongside Craig Whitmoyer. Those two going at it. Whitmoyer, bond size. He'll pull up alongside Sammy March.
Whitmoyer to the inside of March out of turn 4. He's got the spike. Look out, we have trouble. Rory goes around, and a couple of guys are trying to get by. We've got more trouble a little further up the track.
Into the corner, Steve Kemery found some bite up on the outside, but cannot make it stick off the corner. Steve Davis will hold him off again.
Here comes Whitmoyer. Whitmoyer getting a spot on the restart, then sliding by Travis Hill, going into turn 3. He'll go to 4th. Whitmoyer now on the gas. Hill battling now with Corman.
Greg Whitmoyer charging hard. He always does here. Ran a great race at the end of last year. Came home with a top 3. Kemery's got a run on Steve Davis. Kemery will get to the bottom side. Side by side for the lead, and you've got a new leader.
Steve Kemery gliding by. Steve Davis going into 3 to take the lead. Whitmoyer pressuring Gallagher. And then we've got Hill being pressured by Corman. Weaver battling with Sammy Marks. Heading out of the corner now. Davis can't stay with the leader, but here comes Whitmoyer. Craig Whitmoyer down the back straightaway now, moving into the number 2 spot as he slides by Davis.
Steve Davis slipped up, made a mistake, and Craig Whitmoyer's not going to let you get away with that. 7 to go. Whitmoyer's up to 2nd. Can Craig Whitmoyer continue this march and run down Steve Kemery? Kemery's been fast all night, but Craig Whitmoyer, the one-handed, one-hook driver, is trying to run down Steve Kemery. 1 to go this time by Kemery, looking for 3 straight Poker Series wins. Into 1 and 2, he's got the lead.
Down the back straightaway, he's got 3 career track wins, looking to make it 4. Down the back straightaway, Stephen Kemery leading the way comfortably in the 60 over special Doug Hoffman Memorial. Working out of the turn, the Poker Series opener for 2019 for the Sportsman. The Hoffman Memorial will fall to Stephen Kemery.
Yeah, last year at the end of the year, me and Timmy Buckwater changed some shock settings around, and it really helped. Especially today going through the ruts through 1, I can get down there a little bit better than Davis. And the one time I just got a little bit of a good run coming down the backstretch, and I had to move him a little bit, but we were side by side going in, so it was hard racing. He would do the same thing to me. It was good racing with Steve. I got to catch up with him earlier.
Paul Donahue was scheduled to start on the front in the number 1 spot. He'll go to the rear. Inside row will slide up. Lee Allen and John Meyer will lead him to green, and we're underway.
15 laps of distance, $500 on the line to the winner. Opening day 2019, the Doug Hoffman Memorial for the Outlaw Stocks. Down the back straightaway, Lee Allen, your leader.
Lee Allen leading the way. Tom Wills Jr. second. Brian Ludwig up to 3rd. John Meyer getting freight trained up there on the outside. Meyer and Ludwig a little bit of contact through 3 and 4. Lee Allen will lead lap number 1.
Here comes Tom Wills Jr., track champ 2 years ago. Then Brian Ludwig, Rich Stinson next in line as they charge into the turn. Charging into the turn, Wills on the outside of Allen looking for the lead.
Tom Wills Jr. loves to make that top side work, and he will do so in 1 and 2. You've got a new leader. It's the Tabernacle, New Jersey driver, Tom Wills Jr. Rich Stinson on the outside. He's in that 4th spot. He wants to make it work as well. The defending winner of the Doug Hoffman Memorial. 11 of Paul Donahue was scheduled to start on the pole. He will pull off. Tom Wills Jr. pushes hard in 1 and 2. Brian Ludwig will inherit the lead.
Wow, 3-car making a 4-car freight train, and Wills got problems on the back straightaway. Tom Wills, the poker champion last year, back on the gas, charging down the back straightaway now. Meanwhile, 4 cars dueling for the lead.
Rich Stinson, last year's winner, trying to win it again. 4 laps in, and Rich Stinson back to the top spot. Meanwhile, Tom Wills Jr., something certainly letting go in the 856. Another year with a chance to win this race. Something going wrong.
Good battle for that number 2 spot, allowing Stinson to pull away just a little bit. Mayer on the inside of Ludwig again as they charge out of 2.
Continues to get that run through 1 and 2 and on the bottom side, but cannot finish it off down the backstretch. Brian Ludwig doing an excellent job holding that 2nd spot.
Oh, look out, Ludwig getting up out of the groove there, and that will allow Mayer to slip by. He's now in 2nd, Ludwig 3rd. Lee Allen is 4th, and Klemchek now in 5th. Look out, the leader way high in turn number 4. It won't cost him a spot, though. 2 to go.
Rich Stinson, big push up the racetrack in 3 and 4, and it looks like we might have one breaking on the backstretch. Nick Sandone slowing big time down the backstretch. Not what Rich Stinson wants to see with 2 laps to go. Nick Sandone will pull it in. White flag this time by.
1 lap to go. Rich Stinson now will get the white flag. Final lap on our Outlaw Stock feature. Opening day 2019. The Doug Hoffman Memorial 60 over special for the Outlaw Stocks. $500 awaiting the winner of this 15-lap feature. Rich Stinson sets the pace down the back.
Rich Stinson won this race last year after Tom Wills Jr.'s misfortune, and Rich Stinson had a fast piece of equipment. I don't know that it would have mattered, but Rich Stinson, for the second year in a row, will win the Doug Hoffman Memorial.
I think I did. I was pushing a little bit at the end, but just had to adjust the brakes a little bit. Now the car, my dad worked on the car all winter, and he's got it right. So big difference from last year. So I think we're good to go.
Yeah, you said it was pushing. Tell me about that big push down there in 3 and 4 where you're worried at all you might see somebody sneak underneath you.
I just drove in too hard and got up into the slick, and that was it. But that was my mistake.